What up? What up? This is DB talking now. DB talking birds. DB talking Philadelphia Eagles. Just finished the Giants versus Eagles game. The Eagles lost to the Giants, set 13-7. What's the main reason for that, guys? Well, you can't have your quarterback throw 3 interceptions. You can't put the ball. You can't turn the ball over 4 times. Jalen Hurts was absolutely awful today. Jalen Hurts was absolutely awful today. The Eagles continued to put up big numbers on the ground, but this time around you know, it did not get us the victory. The Eagles had 2 chances at the end of the fourth quarter to take the lead in this game, and they just did not. Obviously, with the second to final drive, Boston Scott putting the ball on the ground, who outside of that had a pretty good day against the Giants, as he normally does. Um, and so the Giants were able to get 3 points off of that, making the game 17-7. Um, yeah. So I mean, I can't, or 13-7. And then Jalen Reagor, obviously on the final drive where the Eagles had to move quickly because it was under the 2 minute. They looked like they were going to move quickly enough and get that ball into the end zone. Jalen Reagor obviously having 2 huge drops to end the football game on third and fourth down. That third down drop would have put him at the 1. Would have put the Philadelphia Eagles at the 1. Possibly in there for a touchdown. The fourth down drop, same thing. Would have put them in within the 5-yard line, and the Eagles could have gotten it back, gotten it quick, and spiked the ball and gotten into the end zone, but they just did not. So ultimately, I blame this game on Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, you cannot come out and throw 3 interceptions, two of which come in the red zone, and expect to win a football game. You can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to win a football game. Jalen Hurts was absolutely awful, and my whole thing throughout the game is this dude cannot afford to have a bad football game. This dude cannot afford to have a bad passing game. It's the one thing that he needs to get better at, and it's the one thing that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are needing for him to do. It's the one thing that makes that it's the one thing that they want. They want a successful passing game. This dude cannot do it consistently. He can't even do it, when things are working. I'm sorry, but you have a quarterback. You shouldn't have your quarterback throw 13 times a game or 18 times a game and have him only complete 11 of those 18. You just can't. You just not in today's day, not in today's NFL, not in today's day in the NFL. Can you have that happen? Yeah, is it nice? Is it nice to play smash mouth football? Is it nice to see smash mouth football? Yes, it is. But it's also nice to see a passing game that complements the smash mouth football. Big Play Slay, what's up, my man? And you see why I was nervous about this game. I was nervous about this game too, bro. I just didn't expect Jalen Hurts to throw 3 interceptions. And Jalen Reagor, we got to get him the fuck out of town. You don't drop that ball on third down. You don't drop that ball on fourth down. You don't play. If you're a wide receiver, you got to make big plays. And I don't want to, and I blame this game pretty much 80% of it, 75% of it at least, on Jalen Hurts. You gotta play better than that. And Jalen Reagor deserves some of that blame towards the end of the game, obviously. Big Play Slay says, I better not hear a soul in this world say get rid of Hurts and keep Reagor. I'm going to be pissed. Why would they say get rid of Hurts and keep Reagor? Why would they make that? Why would they do that? I'm pissed off at both of them. I don't want to. No, I haven't liked Jalen Reagor for since his rookie year. I haven't liked Jalen Reagor since last year. I'm not gonna put any defense for Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor is a first round wide receiver and is expected to play a hell of a lot fucking better than he is. Jalen Hurts, are you kidding me? We're all we're doing really is just buying time with this fucker. That's all that we're really doing. This dude cannot pass the ball. He cannot pass the ball in today's day in NFL. You have to be able to pass the ball, and you don't throw it up. It's third down at the end of the first half. You've got no guys open, but what do? You make a leaping pass into double coverage to Devontae Smith, which is what you've been doing all season long. You just throw it up for Devontae Smith. I'm sorry, you cannot do that in the NFL. Big Play says because Hurts had 3 interceptions. People will say get rid of Hurts. Yes, he had a terrible game, but he's only had so many few games like this the entire year. Yeah, I mean, look. Here's the thing. I'm pissed off at Hurts, and I'm not there quite yet where I can defend him. I'm not saying get rid of Hurts. I'm saying this dude needs this. Today's game was the last thing that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman wanted to see. It's the last thing, and it's the only thing that they need to see to be able to go out and get a different guy. This guy is on thin ice. He's been on thin ice all fucking season long because they don't see him as a starting quarterback. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman do not see Jalen Hurts as a starting quarterback. They just don't. This is the last thing that Jalen Hurts needed. The last thing that Jalen Hurts needed was a bad passing game, and a bad passing game like that. I'm sorry, I cannot. Big Play say I'm not ready to defend. I'm not ready to go there yet. Yeah, he had a terrible game. Yes, it's been one of few, but I'm sorry, it's still they're only having him pass like 18 to 20 times. Today he was 14 of 31. And he had 3 interceptions within his first 18 passes. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not ready to go there yet. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can't look. Here's the thing. He's not a rookie. He is not a rookie, and people need to realize this. He's not a rookie. Okay. I know technically we can say yes, it is technically his rookie year where he's getting a first full season to start. Yes, in that regard he is a rookie. But no, he's not. He started all 4 games to end the year last year. He had an entire off season. And now we're in, now we're 5-7. Now we're 12 games in. Into the he's not at this point, you shouldn't throw 2 interceptions into the red zone. You just shouldn't. Not like that. Not like that. Sorry. He had nobody open at the end of the first half. So, I don't care who you are. Even if you're a rookie, I'm going to jump on you for that. You had nobody open. You shouldn't have thrown that pass. You should have thrown it away. And you should have taken the field goal. Plain and simple. This game comes down to Jalen Hurts alone. It really does. Yeah, I can fault Boston Scott for fumbling that ball on the second drive to end the game, but or the drive before our final drive, but at that point, it should have been the game could have been over. At that point, the game could have been over if Jalen Hurts didn't throw that interception. If Jalen Hurts didn't throw the first interception, if Nate Herbig didn't have 3 different penalties when Jason Kelce was out, today it's Sunday, and I cannot make an excuse for this fucking quarterback. I can't. I can't. It's this. Like, here's the thing. I badly want him to be good. I badly want him to be good. I badly want him to succeed. But we're 12 games into the season. We're 12 games into the season now. 12 games into the season. You're technically not a rookie, no matter how often we want to say that this is technically his rookie season. You're technically not. You've had one more offseason than a normal rookie quarterback would have. And you're making decisions like this. You're making decisions like this. We had to alter our offense so that you can have a shot at not ruining the game. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Sorry, I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to defend Jalen Hurts right now. And this is the shit. This is the shit that I'm talking about. And you guys know this. I was streaming yesterday. You know, if Jalen Hurts continues to play well, if Jalen Hurts continues to progress, then, you know, and he's making it really hard for me to say that they should draft the quarterback. I can tell you this, guys. I can tell you this. There isn't a quarterback more athletic than Jalen Hurts in this draft. There isn't. But there are quarterbacks that will probably make better passing decisions. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Sam Howell would not do that. Sam Howell, like, probably one of these guys that have more passing experience in their background, would probably take the field goal there. Not act like a little ballerina and jump up and throw it and into double coverage to Devontae Smith, who's not even fucking open, to end the first half and throw an interception. Plain and simple. King Miro says, we were losing to Jets after I saw this game. I'm not ready to go there yet. The Jets really do suck. And we'll see the status of Jordan Howard throughout the week. That's the other thing too that I want to say, you know, caveat to everything that I just said is I do honestly believe that Jalen Hurts, or if Jordan Howard played, we would be talking about a different game. I honestly believe that. Talks Falcons. What's up, my dude? Welcome to the chat. Happy Sunday. King Miro, you too. Happy Sunday, brother. King Miro says, but overall we had a bad game and I feel like we got cocky too. Jalen Hurts had a bad game. Jalen Hurts lost this game. The defense played pretty good. You know, there was that one drive. Where, you know, the Giants got their first touchdown. That touchdown drive for the Giants, like that was a little bit annoying to watch because the Giants offense was moving the ball incrementally and they started at like the 15 or something like that. And that was just absolutely awful. But other than that, like, you know, Alex Singleton played pretty darn good. TJ Edwards again had a decent game. Derek Barnett had his best game of the season. You know, Fletcher Cox got in there a little bit. So, you know, yeah, I honestly am at the point I don't want to see Reagor anymore. It's reached Nelson Aguilar status. I don't want to see Jalen Reagor anymore. You had two passes to end the game that could have put you right at the 1 or the 2 or the 3 or whatever, what have you, and you drop them like a douchebag. I mean, technically, like, we should have never turned the ball over 4 times, but still, all the same. And we got cocky. Yeah, maybe we did. You know, here's the thing: is that the Giants have been upset with the Philadelphia Eagles since last season because they blamed us for them not making the playoffs, which I think is just absolutely childish and stupid. And then they were upset with us for trading with Dallas to get Devontae Smith. Again, childish and stupid, because if you want a player that bad, trade up, go get him. Trade up and go get him. But they were upset, and they were still upset about it, and they capitalized on the shit that they were upset about. So, plain and simple. Miles Sanders had an okay day. You know, Boston Scott had an okay day, with the exception of putting the ball on the ground. You know, that's another thing that we talked about yesterday, is like, we cannot have one of these running backs put the ball on the ground. And lo and behold, Boston Scott put the ball on the ground. You know, so Yeah, I don't. I mean, I honestly don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. I am infuriated with this team. To be completely honest with you, um, our passing game is unacceptable. It is. It's unacceptable. Like, I get it. Like, come on, guys. Like at some point, you're going to need to pass the ball. At some point, you're going to need to pass the ball, and you're going to need to do it successfully. And they haven't been able to do that. They have not been able to do that. Even in games where we have won. Even in games where it's looked good. You can't, like, I'm sorry, 11 for 18 or something like that. A game like that for 118 yards from the passing game, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, you can continue to get as many rushing yards as you want. Congratulations. The Eagles still got over 200 rushing yards today, but it didn't result in a victory today. And so, therefore, you either need your quarterback to progress as a passer quickly, or or find other methods, because you got to start being able to pass the ball. King Miro says, "For once, I don't blame Nick." Yeah, this game was not on the coaches. This game was not on the coaches. I said that all game long. There was one guy that I saw on Twitter who said terrible passing, terrible play calling, and I blew him up. I was like, "What are you talking about? This BS has nothing to do with play calling. Nothing to do with play calling. Absolutely nothing." Nick Sirianni continued to make progress as a head coach today, and so did Jonathan Gannon continued to make progress as a defense coordinator today. Guys, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't turn the ball. You can't throw 3 interceptions and expect to win the game. Plain and simple. And especially not in the red zone. Which is exactly what happened. Today. And Jalen Hurts needs to take a long look at himself. And realize that he's already on a short leash. You can't be playing like this. You cannot be playing like this. And this is one of those things that I want to bring up something right now. This is one of those things that I meant to bring up in one of my streams leading up to this game, which is they should have called up Elijah Holyfield. If you lose one power runner, call up another power runner. If you lose a power runner, you're getting rid of 25% of your playbook. And that's the one thing that I don't think Howie Roseman understands, is he thinks that you can just replace one running back with another running back, not realizing that actually what Jordan Howard offers this offense is 25% more plays. Not calling up, they called up Jason Huntley, didn't they? He wasn't active for the game, but they called up Jason Huntley instead of Elijah Holyfield earlier in the week. And and the running backs that were active for the game are all the same fucking guy. They're all the same fucking guy. Wendell Smallwood, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, they're all the same. Each one of them. When Jordan Howard is active, he obviously offers a different a different dimension to this offense, because he'll get those tough runs for you. And we saw that throughout the game. We saw some of that from Jalen Hurts, that those runs up the middle. But if you have Jordan Howard, or if you have a power runner, you're getting those runs up the middle, and you also maybe have the possibility of getting, 5, 6 extra 3 to 6 extra more yards, because it's not Jalen Hurts running the football. It's actually a power running back running football, and they can actually take more damage than the quarterback can, because they're built for it and they're used to it. So I honestly believe this. I honestly believe that if Jordan Howard were in the game today, we would have won. We would have won. You know, getting those tough yards in the end zone, getting those tough yards in the red zone. And it's like it completely fell apart. It's like it completely fell apart without him. So, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say at that point. Jalen Reagor fucking sucks. He needs to go. We've been talking about this all season long. Jalen Reagor needs to go. I'm not ready to give another failed wide receiver, 2 more years. 2 to 3 more years. It was 2 to 3 years late with Nelson Aguilar. And it's just not working. It's just not working with him. Like, I'm done. I can't go out and get it. Go out and get a good wide receiver. Go out and get a good wide receiver. Stop failing. Stop failing to get weapons for your team. Stop failing to get weapons for your team. Carson Wentz. Yeah, and I hate to bring this up, but I want to bring this up because Carson Wentz absolutely played great today against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They ended up losing. 38-31, but Tom Brady had to have another Tom Brady type of comeback to be able to win this to be able to win this game today. And it wasn't all Tom Brady. It was Leonard Fournette as well. Leonard Fournette had a pretty good game. 17 carries for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. But Carson Wentz, I mean, despite that last minute interception that he threw to bring his total to 2 interceptions on the day, he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. Now I know there's no. I don't want to talk too much about Carson Wentz because unfortunately, we're past that. We're past that. But guys, I badly want Jalen Hurts. To turn that corner as a passer. I badly want Jalen Hurts to turn the corner as a passer, so that we don't have to go out and reinvest. And I honestly think if he turns the corner as a passer, that combined with his athletic ability, we'll have a great quarterback. We would have a great quarterback on our hands. Unfortunately, it's the difference between him being decent and being great. It's the difference between him being decent and him being great is his lack of ability when it comes to the passing game. Like, that's how vast that is. That's how big that is. It's one thing to your game. It's one section to your game. Except for it's the biggest section that you need to have experience in and skills in is the passing game as a quarterback. And you can't do it. You can't, like, you're not consistent enough in that area. You're not skilled enough in that area that all quarterbacks should be consistent in. And that's the difference between you being a backup and you being a consistent starter. So don't tell me that my thoughts, don't tell me that my opinions aren't justified after his performance today. Like, I am absolutely pissed off with Jalen Hurts. Am I going to say throw in the flag with him? No, I don't, because I don't want to. I don't want to do that. But he needs to bounce back from this game. This is the last thing that I expected from him, was to throw 2 interceptions in the red zone, and then to throw late. By the way, to throw the ball late to Jalen Reagor, who had a step on Xavier McKinney. He had a step on Xavier McKinney on that 3rd interception. And Jalen Reagor and Jalen Hurts threw it late and underthrew it. that pretty much that same pass Carson Wentz made today to a guy who got his first career touchdown, something Dolan or something like that. Dolan. And it was a 65-yard bomb, and it was a beautiful play. Jalen Hurts me says Eagles were so bad. Oh yeah, they were. Jalen Hurts was so bad. The defense was actually okay. The running game was okay. So, but you can't turn the ball you can't have your quarterback throw 3 interceptions. You can't do that. And you know what the shitty thing was is that I actually called that third interception. I was like, there's no way we're coming back here if he throws another interception here. And lo and behold, he underthrows Jalen Reagor and Xavier McKinney. All he has to do is just catch the fucking ball. King Miro says, I think we'll do better next week when we get our weapons back. I hope we get our weapons back. Nobody really knows how long Jordan Howard's going to be out. I think he's week to week. Other than that, like I'm not sure what other weapons that you're talking about. What other weapons are you talking about? We didn't have a lot of injury. We didn't have a lot of injuries going into this game that mattered, other than Jordan Howard. Darius Slay came and played. Jalen Hurts says Hurts is not a good quarterback. No, he's not. He's not. I don't even know if Big Play Slay is even still listening, but like, he has issue with me saying that Hurts did not play well today. He has issue with me freaking out on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts says, why didn't we use Smith more? I don't fucking know. I don't know the answer to that. They probably thought that they had something again in the matchup with Jalen Reagor. And Jalen Reagor had a couple of nice plays today, but it was the big plays that mattered, and he didn't make them. So, Quez Watkins had a couple nice plays today. On that final drive, Dallas Goedert had a drop. It's hard to blame your weapons, and I know that there is justifiable reason to blame them. It's hard to blame your weapons when your quarterback is 14 for 31 and throws 3 interceptions. Here's the thing. He threw 3 interceptions within the first 20 passes. Something around there. So it's hard to blame the weapons when your quarterback plays so bad. Jalen Hurts says, I think it's crazy our top receiver is not more involved. Well, that's because your fucking quarterback sucks. It's because your quarterback sucks. Like, I'm pretty sure Devontae was wide open on that final play, and that's why he threw his helmet down. So, like, your quarterback sucks. Jalen Hurts doesn't have, like, he throws, like, I'm gonna go into this right now. He's late on his throws. He's late on his reads, which leads him to underthrow guys or just throw late. He's still not throwing guys open. Guys, he's made progress over the last few weeks. I'm not going to deny that. But he's still late on his release. He's late in his reads. He's underthrowing guys. Like, yeah, Devontae Smith is open 75% of the time. But if you have a quarterback who's not making the right reads, who's late on his reads, who's late on his release, then Devontae Smith is not going to have as much success as he should be having. And he's not. Devontae Smith should be having a lot more success as a rookie than he is. So, please, like we gotta keep that in mind. Jalen Hurts says, release Reagor. Please. There's no point. There really is no point. Dude, you're a failed first round pick. You're a failed first round pick. They're not going to release Rager. They're not going to. But he is a failed first round pick. Like Jalen Rager has put up the production of what I think a third round wide receiver would put up. You know what I mean? And JJ Arcega-Whiteside has put up the production that like maybe a sixth round wide receiver would put up, and has found a niche by making it on special teams and things like that in the running game. You know, these guys aren't. You know, this is my issue. Is my issue. Connor King, welcome to the chat today, my man. Horrific performance from Hurts. I think we have enough sample size to know he's not an NFL cornerback. I agree with you 100%. Not everybody's going to like that I'm saying that, but I agree with you 100%. I don't care if you're a rookie, and I don't care who you are at quarterback. You don't do what he did in the red zone today. You just don't. You just don't. You just don't. Connor King says, I feel like Smith could be as efficient as Chase and Waddle if he had a good quarterback play. Agreed. I just got done saying that. I absolutely agree. You know, Jalen Hurts is late on his reads. He's late on his release. He doesn't make the right reads a lot of the time, sometimes. And if you wiped out those things, or maybe even just half those things, then Devontae Smith would be having a much better rookie season. And he's already having a pretty good rookie season, but he could be taking over the NFL if he had a decent quarterback. So, and for all of you who were saying, you know, put Minshew in, by the way, you know, I'm not gonna say that you aren't justified in having that opinion, because I don't think Gardner Minshew would have thrown that interception in the red zone. Just don't. Not the second one. Not the second one. Jalen Hurts says, I miss Zach Ertz. Goddard sucks too. I don't blame Goddard. I don't blame Goddard. I think the thing with Goddard is that defenses know when to stop Goddard because of Jalen Hurts, because of the play of Jalen Hurts and how he reads through his progressions. That's what I think. Jalen Hurts says, does this hurt our playoff chances? Yes. The Eagles really could have only afforded to lose like one more game. And seeing as how they still have Dallas on the schedule, like that's what we thought the loss was going to be. Them losing to the Giants is not good. So they have to win out now. Like that's the thing, is they have to win out now. It also depends on what Carolina, and I'm pretty sure Carolina lost today, but it also depends on what the 49ers do the rest of the way. And, you know, those types of teams. Boston sports fan, welcome to the chat today, my dude. What's up? Hey, man, I'm sorry about the loss. Don't be sorry to me. Jalen Hurts fucking sucks. Jalen Hurts sucks today. You know, I say that, guys, and I'll go ahead and reemphasize this. I say that, but I still do want him to be better. I still want him to turn the corner as a passer, because, again, like I said, that is the difference between him being decent and him being above good and possibly great. It's like that's how wide that margin is. If you guys like to play role-playing games, it's like having that one ability that branches off into a bunch of other abilities, and that's what the passing game is for a quarterback. Like, come on. Connor King says, Russell Wilson sounds good for the Eagles after today. Russell Wilson has sounded good for the Eagles all season long. That's what I believe. I mean, like, and, you know, obviously Patty J joined the stream yesterday, and he kind of agreed with us, which is, you know, it kind of looks like this is the end of the road for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks this season alone. So Connor King says, is it me or watching NFC East division games a torture nowadays? I feel like NFC East games have always been torture. They've always been torture, honestly. Like they just rip at your heartstrings no matter what you do. The Eagles really had a chance to win this game after just the absolutely horrific performance from Jalen Hurts. They still had a shot to win the game, and that's kudos to the defense. And that's kind of the thing is like it usually comes down to the fourth quarter, but today it did, but the Eagles weren't able to pull it out. Boston sports fan says not much with me, just my Patriots tearing up the Titans. Yes. Which is another thing that we predicted yesterday, didn't we? The Patriots were going to beat the Titans. And lo and behold, they did. 36-13. Yeah, I feel like Bill Belichick is turning the corner with this team. And they're going to be tough in the AFC. I actually still believe that the Colts are going to be tough in the AFC. I think Carson Wentz played phenomenal today against the Buccaneers, and he really did. That Buccaneers team is going to be a tough team in the playoffs, given that they have Tom Brady, and everybody returning from last year. So, the Colts, despite them losing, they went toe to toe. They went toe to toe with the Buccaneers today. Boston sports fan says you'll have to give a lot of draft capital for Wilson. Yeah, probably. I think Howie Roseman has been infatuated with Russell Wilson ever since they made the mistake on not drafting him. So I think Howie Roseman is going to be willing to do whatever he needs to do for Russell Wilson. That's what I think. Toxic Falcons is tough loss for the Eagles. Yeah, Toxic Falcons, you missed the stream yesterday. We went through predictions, and I predicted that your team was going to win. And last time I checked, they did. So let me see. Yep, they beat the Jaguars 21-14. Nice. Boston sports fan says, I hope the Giants get crushed next week. The Giants aren't even that good. That's my point. My point exactly. The Eagles looked like they were the worst team in the NFC today. They really did. And honestly, and that's the problem. That's saying a lot because the entire team didn't have a down performance. The defense looked pretty darn good. It's just Jalen Hurts. It was just the passing game. Your quarterback has to be able to pass the ball, guys. I'm tired of making excuses for this guy. He has to be able to pass the ball. He has to be able to throw it more than 24 times a game successfully in today's day and age in the NFL. Toxic Falcon says, I had the Eagles winning. What happened? Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions. That's what happened. Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions in the red zone. And then an interception to Xavier McKinney within the first 21 attempts. They still ran for over 200 yards. Woo! The Eagles still ran for over 200 yards. Boston sports fan, is the quarterback from Alabama Bryce Young entering the draft this year? I don't think so. But I can tell you this, guys, and I know we're a little bit questionable when I bring this up, but these other quarterbacks coming out of the draft, I feel like they would make better passing decisions than what Jalen Hurts did, than what Jalen Hurts sometimes does. I really believe that. Like, I believe that Sam Howell wouldn't throw that interception to end the first half. Like, there's nobody available. All you do is throw it away. You get 3 points. You throw it away. It's fourth down. You get 3 points with time running out. Like, that's it. That's it. That's all he had to do. Boston Sports Fan says he would be a perfect pick if he is. Here's the thing is I think that Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie will trade for Russell Wilson if they can. I think that they will. I think that they'll do what it takes to get Russell if Russell is available. If the Seahawks do decide to move on from Russell Wilson. They are just in love with Russell Wilson. They're just in love with Russell Wilson. They have been. It's their biggest regret on passing on him like twice. And so, yeah. The issue with Russ is that Donovan was still the quarterback at the time, but they were going to take him anyway. They just misplayed the pick. They just misplayed the pick. They thought he would go late. They thought he would go a little bit later. But yeah, guys, I'm I really don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than be upset with Jalen Hurts. Boston Sports Fan says, would you be okay with signing Trubisky if he isn't re-signed with Buffalo as the backup? Maybe to come in and compete. I wouldn't necessarily want him as a starting quarterback. I think he could come in and compete with Gardner Minshew. Honestly, if yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think, I don't entirely blame Mitch Trubisky for his downfall in Chicago. I also put some of that blame on Matt Nagy. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind him coming in and competing, but yeah. Guys, I could tell you this right now, and this is why we have to bring this up. Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are not happy with Jalen Hurts. They're just not. He hasn't convinced them. There was the report that came out earlier this week about how there were rumors that the Eagles were still looking to trade for this. The Eagles were still interested in trading for a quarterback. They obviously can't right now, obviously, because it's past the trade deadline. But that was still the notion. So, they haven't been impressed. They haven't been impressed by Jalen Hurts. They just haven't. And here's the thing: is we're running the ball 40 times a game. Jalen Hurts really hasn't done, he's done some, but not as a passer. A quarterback needs to be good at passing the ball. So in that regard, he hasn't really impressed. As far as running the football, yeah, he's been good. And he hasn't turned the ball over. And he's run the football. And he's made better passes, over the last few weeks. But it's not starter material. It's just not. It just hasn't been starter material all season long. It really hasn't. You really want me to break this down? It hasn't been. It has not been starter material. Not when it comes to being the franchise guy. Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, they want a guy that they can have for 15 years. That guy was supposed to be Carson Wentz. That debacle happened. And nobody really knows the actual reason why it happened, but it happened. So that happened. Jalen Hurts is not a 15-year guy. Jalen Hurts is not a 10 to 15-year guy. He just has not proven that yet. He just has not proven that yet. And I don't think he's going to prove it. We can continue to hope. We can continue to put faith in him possibly turning the corner. But, I don't have any problem with Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie looking into other guys. I just don't. Boston Sports Fan says, weren't your Eagles interested in trading for Deshaun Watson this past offseason? They were interested in trading for Deshaun Watson all the way up to the trade deadline. They just didn't. And I think that the reason for that is because a lot of teams were wanting this illegal shit to go away. And they will, and teams will get a better picture after February, because I believe that's when his court hearing is. They'll get a better idea after February. So whether or not Deshaun Watson could be the guy, and again, you bring up a great point. Is Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson is an immediate upgrade over Jalen Hurts. Immediate. I brought this up yesterday about Aaron Rodgers, and it's like, would I want Aaron Rodgers as the player? Yes. Would I want Aaron Rodgers as the person? Probably not. I think he's arrogant, and it fuels toxicity in the locker room. So, but would I still want Aaron Rodgers? Like, if the Eagles traded for Aaron Rodgers, yeah, sure, sure. I wouldn't be against it, but I would prefer Russ. I prefer Russ. So it's just a thing. It's just a thing, man. It's like he's just not a good passer. He's not a good enough passer. He can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of things really good. Jalen Hurts. But he's just, the most important thing he's not good at. The most important thing he's not good at and not consistent at. You've been a quarterback since you were like 5 years old, 6 years old. Why can't you fucking pass the ball? I don't get it. He's just not like we have to really come to the terms of the reality, and that's just that he's not good enough as a passer. And unless he can have a Hulk-like transformation, then I don't see him turning the corner. I so badly want him to, but I just don't see it. Boston Sports Fan says he gets very selfish running the ball at times. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that there was any problem with him running the ball today, running the football and making that decision. But yeah, it just comes down to making better decisions, standing in the pocket and passing the football. Because the Philadelphia Eagles, they still had a great day running the ball. They still had that. But this isn't playground football. NFL is not playground football. You got to be able to make the right reads. You got to be able to be strategic. You got to be able to throw guys open. It's not playground football in the NFL. Jalen Hurts hasn't been able to do any of those things that I just said. He has a couple times, but not enough for me to be like, wow. Not enough for me to be like, okay, I don't have to worry about this. There's always something to worry about. It's been that way week by week by week by week. Even when they were playing good. It's like, okay, is Jalen Hurts going to start being inconsistent now? Is Jalen Hurts going to make a good pass, or is he going to make a bad pass? He just made a few good passes, but is there a bad pass coming? And today it was nothing but bad decisions, bad passing. So nothing but bad decisions, bad passing, with the exception of a few throws, with the exception of a few throws. But overall, 14 for 31 and 3 interceptions. Like, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want that in my organization. I would be upset. I would be upset, and it would have a lasting effect. It would have a lasting effect. So, Boston sports fan says, "All right, man, I'll catch you later. Have a good night." All right, bro. Thanks so much for joining the stream. One love, much appreciated. Much appreciated. But we'll see. We'll see what the Eagles can do with a good week of practice. Maybe they get Jordan Howard back for the Jets game, and can turn things around. So we'll see. We'll see. But guys, this is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you so much for joining in today, and thank you so much for joining in for this post-game report of the Eagles-Giants game. Eagles obviously losing 13-7. One love, go Birds. DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds, baby.